Guys, it's Marcus from Perspective Sports, and today we are going to talk about the 2017 NBA draft class, which has the potential to be one of, if not the best draft class in NBA history. This class has a ton of big names such as forward Josh Jackson, who's attending Kansas, point guard Dennis Smith, who surprised a lot of us by going to North Carolina State, point guard Lonzo Ball, who's going to UCLA, forwards Giles and Jayson Tatum, who are attending Duke. And with a lot of schools getting top-tier talent, Kentucky landed five five-star recruits led by guards Malik Monk, De'Aaron Fox, and power forward Patrice Bam Adebayo. And you can see on the screen the other two players. That whole class is ultra talented. I didn't even mention all the big names in this class, which goes to show how deep this really is. Last season, we saw a drop-off in one-and-dones due to the new NCAA NBA rules that allow prospects to enter the draft prospect without giving up their eligibility, but at the same time, they had to make a decision by a certain date in order to maintain their eligibility, which I thought was a good rule because it allowed players to gauge their draft stock and or value before making their life-changing decision whether to enter the NBA or stay in college. But this year, I believe, will be the return of the one-and-done. There are at least 10 players that can strongly be considered to be taken number one overall, which I have never been able to say for any sport or any draft class. During this video, I'm going to break down position by position players who I believe can be stars in the NBA or put together very efficient careers in the NBA. We are going to start with the point guard position. It's hard to say who's a point guard or shooting guard nowadays because in this era, the players play both positions very efficiently, which make them combo guards. But for the sake of this video, we're going to put them in their college positions. Number one is Dennis Smith Jr., a player who I believe will have an all-star career. Smith is returning from an ACL tear and his recovery is looking great. He put on a show at the Victor Oladipo camp. If you don't know who Victor Oladipo is, he is a guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But back to Smith. Smith plays a very mature game. He is an overall player who can find his teammates and squeeze the ball into tight spots, as well as keep his defender on skates with his deadly crossover. But his greatest strength is his ability to attack the basket and finish around the rim. With his natural desire to attack the basket and his ability to finish, he'll have a head start over all the other guards in this class. Number two, we have Lonzo Ball, who I think will have an all-star career as well. Ball's high school team in Chino Hills, led by he and his two brothers, LaMelo and LiAngelo, took the country by storm, finishing with an undefeated record of 35-0 and finishing ranked number one in the country. Lonzo's ability to do it all is amazing. His size, being 6'6", 190 pounds, gives him a huge advantage over other guards, especially at the college level. Lonzo has the ability to find open teammates, knock down jump shots with defenders draped all over him, and run the fast break to perfection. It will be a huge boost for the UCLA team this season and will be a huge boost for one lucky NBA team's future because his size and skill is so unique. Number three, we have De'Aaron Fox. Fox has the potential to be one of the NBA's elite scorers and possibly make multiple All-Star appearances throughout his career. Fox is the most athletic player, in my opinion, in the most athletic draft class ever. Fox has the ability to score the ball in bunches. Once he gets hot, there is no stopping him. He can score in every possible way. He can knock down threes, as shown by one of his best high school performances where he hit 10 threes in one game. He can also drive to the basket and finish around defenders and dunk on defenders. His ability to score will help him put together a very solid NBA career. Number four, we have Jajuan Evans. Evans is one of the more underrated prospects in this year's class. Evans will be a sophomore this season at Oklahoma State, and I believe he would have went pro last season if he didn't get the shoulder injury that ended his season early. Evans is the complete package for an offensive point guard. He can score the ball in bunches, especially off the dribble, where he can use his quickness to blow by defenders or shake his defenders and knock down the shot. Evans is also a solid rebounder for his position. Overall, an extra year of college will only do good for Evans, barring another injury. At number five, we have Corey Sanders. Sanders is another underrated prospect that will likely be taken in the second round. Sanders is going into his sophomore season at Rutgers. He'll be more of a project player early on who will take a few years to become an efficient player in the NBA. But his freshman season at Rutgers, Sanders put on a show, averaging 16 points per game to go along with 4 assists. But with the team being riddled with injuries, it led Rutgers to finish with a horrible record of 7-25. Overall, Sanders' natural ability to score will lead to him having a very solid NBA career, whether it's starting or off the bench. Number 1, we have Markel Folds. Folds has the potential to be one of the best players in the NBA due to his elite athleticism and ability to finish, as well as his ability to knock down jump shots. Fultz also looks poised while playing, which shows he doesn't get rattled easily during games or even in late game situations. Fultz is an overall very good defender, which shows he has the complete package and could be a star in the NBA. Number 2, we have Malik Monk. Monk is another guard in the class who loves to attack the basket and finishes well at the rim. Monk's athleticism allows him to maneuver in mid-air and lay the ball in, but it also allows him to slam the ball down on opposing players. Monk also has a very nice jump shot, which allows him to be a well-rounded offensive player. I believe Monk will have a very efficient career at the next level, making a few all-star appearances here and there. Number 3, we have Terrence Ferguson. Ferguson isn't playing in college this season. He will be playing overseas because of eligibility concerns that arose from his first high school he attended in Prime Prep. Another player who attended Prime Prep and Denver Nuggets guard Emmanuel Mudiay had to play overseas before entering the NBA draft last season due to the same eligibility concerns. As for the basketball side of things, Ferguson has an amazing amount of athleticism, and being 6'7", he's going to be a very fun player to watch in the NBA. With his ability to knock down jump shots and play solid defense, he'll put together a very nice NBA career. Number 4, we have Grayson Allen. Allen is going into his junior season at Duke. He is shown to be more than just a shooter during his 2 seasons at Duke. Allen is a good overall player who can do a little bit of everything, such as play defense, rebound, pass, and of course shoot the lights out. Allen didn't start most of the games last season, but still averaged 22 points per game. Allen has the ability to put the ball in the basket in many ways. He's a very underrated athlete. Allen can rise over defenders and slam the ball down or around defenders. Overall, I believe Allen could be a steal in the late first round and put together a solid NBA career. Number 5, we have Antonio Blakeney. Blakeney is yet another extremely underrated prospect who may enter the draft this season and will be a steal in the second round or late first round, but likely second round. Blakeney is an elite shooter and can play solid defense and can be very efficient in the NBA. He can be thought of as a 3-and-D kind of player. Despite not being the most athletic player on the floor, Blakeney can still finish strong around the rim and over defenders. With his work ethic, he has the potential to be one of the best players in the NBA. Blakeney is virtually unstoppable when he gets hot. He has the ability to go off for 35 plus on any night. If Blakeney reaches his full potential, he has the ability to be one of the best players in the NBA in an ultimate draft day steal. Number 1, we have Josh Jackson. Jackson is all but guaranteed to be a star in the NBA. He has all the intangibles you can want in a player. He is a vocal leader, plays with notable passion and intensity, and is a true winner. Jackson can score the ball in many ways. He could post up smaller guards and forwards. He could drive to the basket and finish strong at the rim. He can shoot from just about anywhere on the floor. He is an elite defender who can block shots and steal the ball. Overall, Jackson will be a franchise player and one of the best players in the NBA. Also likely number 1 pick in the draft. Number 2, we have Jayson Tatum. Tatum is another prospect that with the potential to take the NBA by storm. He's very comfortable on the offensive side of the ball. He can score in many ways, such as in the post, mid-range, and beyond the arc. Tatum uses a 6'8", 205-pound frame to score over and through defenders. He also uses well on the defensive side of the floor where he can lock down other players. Tatum can be one of the best wing defenders in this draft class and will get even better with the season at Duke with Coach K preaching defense. Overall, Tatum will become a top-tier player in the NBA. At number 3, we have Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein is a freak of nature. His size is unbelievable for his ability. Hartenstein is 6 feet 11 inches and 230 pounds at the young age of 18. Hartenstein is such a unique player and most resembles to me Kevin Durant with his size and ability. Hartenstein can rebound, block shots, shoot the ball, and boy can he pass the rock. With his abilities, he has the potential to dominate the NBA and be a top player, and has the potential to be the best foreign player in the game's history. Hartenstein will overall put together a very nice career in the NBA. Number 4, we have Dewayne Bacon. Bacon is going into his sophomore season at Florida State. He put up solid numbers in his freshman season, averaging 16 points per game to go along with 6 rebounds. Bacon is another player with an NBA-ready body, being 6 feet 7 inches and 210 pounds. Bacon is an elite scorer who can score the ball in an array of ways. He can slash to the basket, he can drive to the basket, knock down heavily contested shots, and he's also a very good perimeter defender and knows how to use his length to get into passing lanes. Overall, Bacon could put together a very solid NBA career with multiple All-Star appearances and become a top-tier player in the NBA. And at number 5, we have Miles Bridges. Bridges is very athletic and has a big body, standing at 6 feet 6 inches, 225 pounds. To go along with his size, he has tremendous body control, and he has a quick first step and is an elite athlete, which allows him to rise up and throw down alleys and grab rebounds. He is an underrated ball handler, as he has the ability to bring the ball up court without turning it over. Bridges has the potential to be a very efficient NBA player, making a couple All-Star appearances. Number 1, we have Harry Giles. Giles is another serious contender to be the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft, despite tearing his ACL and missing his senior season of high school. Giles' recovery looked to have gone well and will be putting on a show at Duke this season. Giles is another NBA-ready body man, 6'10", weighing in at 227 pounds. Giles has an elite post game due to his quickness, toughness, and athleticism. Giles has a ton of defensive upside and is also a shot blocking machine. He knows how to use his 7 feet 3-inch wingspan to his advantage on the defensive end. Overall, Giles is a solid candidate to be the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft, and whether he goes first or not, he'll be a top tier player in the NBA. Number 2, we have Ivan Rabb. Rabb surprised a lot of people by returning to Cal last season after being pretty much a unanimous lottery pick, but his decision to return will help his draft stock rise to top 10. Rabb is an elite post player and an offensive beast in the paint, with a plethora of moves he can use at any time to get the ball in the cup. On the defensive side, he is a solid shot blocker and rebound. Rabb is a traditional big man who strives in the paint, and I believe he will have a solid NBA career, making more than a few All-Star appearances. Number 3, we have Jonathan Isaac. Isaac could have made the jump in this past draft class due to a technicality. The NBA requires a player to be at least 18 years of age and 1 year removed from high school. Isaac did an extra year of high school but graduated with the class before, I believe, which created a loophole that he could have taken advantage of and wanted to, but decided it was best for him to do at least 1 year of college and attend Florida State University. So on the floor, Isaac is the second coming of Kevin Durant in terms of size and ability. They're both listed around 6'9", 6'10", and have the same frame, despite Durant being 35 pounds heavier, weighing in at 240 pounds. Isaac has elite ball handling skills and can shoot the lights out, another trait that Durant has. I believe Isaac will have an amazing career in the NBA and be a franchise player. The year of college will help him fill out before he goes into the NBA. As a side note, Isaac can play small forward and power forward equally as good, and it's hard to determine what he'll play at the moment. Number 4, we have Patrice Bam Adebayo. If you're wondering why he's nicknamed Bam, just take a gander at these highlights. Yes, he has earned that nickname. Adebayo is a high-energy player that dominates in the post. He finishes through every bit of contact you throw at him effortlessly. He is a tenacious rebounder and has mastered the put-back dunk. He is a true garbage man because every missed shot, whether on the offense or defensive glass, ends up in his hands. Bam will become one of the best rebounders and post players in the NBA and will make more than his fair share of All-Star games and maybe even a few dunk contests. At number 5, we have Wenyen Gabriel. Excuse me if I mispronounced his name, but Gabriel is another dominant post player making his way to Kentucky. Gabriel has a good amount of athleticism for his size, being 6 feet 10 inches. He's very creative in the paint, finding ways to finish. Coach Cal will help him develop solid post moves and turn him into an elite post player because all the tools are there with his natural rebounding ability and finishing ability. Gabriel will put together a solid NBA career, whether it's starting or coming off the bench. In number 1 of 2 centers, we have Jarrett Allen. Allen isn't the most athletic or fun player to watch, but he is extremely efficient on the court. He has a patient and elite post game, and with his ability to rebound the ball extremely well, he will be a dominant player at the University of Texas. As for his NBA career, he will be a very good player, making a bunch of All-Star appearances with his calm and under control style of play. And at number 2, we have Thomas Bryant. Bryant is going into his sophomore season at Indiana University. Bryant is yet another traditional big man who spends most of his time operating in the paint. Bryant is one of the best rebounders in this class. He can clean both the offensive and defensive glass. He's also a solid post player with a strong finishing ability. Bryant will dominate at the college level this season, hopefully skyrocketing up draft boards because at the moment most mock drafts have him going in the early second round. If Bryant goes in the second round, he would be a huge steal because a big body at 6 feet 10 inches, 241 pounds, has a high motor and is very skilled overall. Bryant overall will have a solid starting NBA career and maybe even make 1 or 2 All-Star appearances. That's all for today's video. As you can see, this class is loaded with an insane amount of talent and potential. This class has the potential to be literally one of the best classes, if not the best class, but it does have some competition, with the best class being 2003, which gave us players such as the best player in the world in LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Chris Kaman, Kirk Heinrich, and a bunch more. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Please feel free to comment in the comment section whether you agree with this video or on a future topic you'd like to see discussed. Feel free to check out our 2017 mock draft. The link to our blog is in the description. Have a great day. I'm out.